Okay, so I finally reached out to my daughter's dad. I usually don't, but I did. And because, I feel like it's about that time where I need to stop using my mom as a third party and just really, confront our problems and just handle my own problems. I'm an adult. I shouldn't be going through my mom anyway. So I need to start doing that and just, and plus I want to get my daughter more. So if I don't talk to him, then I'm not going to get my daughter. Um, but yeah, I reached out to him because there is a party next Thursday and it's a Christmas party. So I'm allowed to bring, whoever I want to. And I was thinking about taking a bus anyway. They provide transportation, but since it's not far, I could just get on a bus and go because I also invited my niece Ari, who is 7 years old. My son will be going, of course, and then his sister, she's 12. So I told him to bring her Thursday, and I let my mom know that about what time. So most likely, since it's at 5, I don't know. I have to figure that out with her, but maybe she can drop her off during her break or something. Or I know she'll probably be either at my Aunt Jean's or my Aunt Stacy's house, so one of them can bring her over on on Thursday, and then he drop her off after school, and then from there we can just hop on a bus and go to Chuck E. Cheese. But if it's too late, then he said I can also get transportation, so I can also get transportation if it's like too snowy or it's too cold. But yeah, other than that, I did reach out to my son's doctor about the asthma. The letter, um, the consent form for his asthma gun. I reached out to his doctor about that, but he didn't get back to me. Well, she didn't get back to me. They said they'd call me back probably tomorrow morning, hopefully. So I reached out to them about that. I got to call my psychiatrist tomorrow because I want to set up an appointment with him immediately, just so that I can, stay functioning, and I don't just break down and just, I call it blackout. I definitely call it blackout because blackout means it's basically, when you get out of touch, with reality. Um, my sister just texted me saying she needs to talk to me in person. But when you get out of touch with reality and you go into your own zone and the light is just, a little bit too far for you to reach. So you got to take your time to, get to the light again. So that's what I call my version of a blackout. So before I'm calling this out now because I feel it coming. And I feel like I'm about to black out. Like I said, out of touch with reality and just get stuck in the mud, Um, it's like getting stuck in a rut. And yeah, so it's been happening really, really frequently. Usually it only happens occasionally, or I would say every 3 months or every month or so. But now recently it's been happening like every 3 days, if that. And I just don't want to fall too deep. Um, so yeah. So I just need to keep staying in touch with reality, and my psychiatrist actually helps me with that. So I'm gonna make an appointment because I missed my appointment. It was supposed to be every 2 weeks, but that second week didn't make it. So I think it's going on a month now. So I'm gonna call him tomorrow and try to set an appointment, and then um, hopefully my appointment can be tomorrow anyway. Hopefully, if he has opening tomorrow, I can just make it tomorrow. And then I have to call back that dentist appointment because the lady put me on hold and she never called me back. So I actually have to call and make him a dentist appointment. I just don't want to what's kind of preventing me from making a dentist appointment is that the few times that I've been trying to get him a dentist in a different city, was they always tried to send me to another city because they said they couldn't do nothing for his teeth and he had to be placed under anesthesia. So I'm trying to get him into a doctor where I don't have to go to another location for him to get assistance with his teeth because he has some really bad cavities. And I don't know if that can prevent them from falling out and new growth coming in and, eventually at least the braces. So yeah, I have to figure that out. But I want to go to the dentist place that I seen. And it's a family dentist, so I can get my teeth done and we can get our teeth done at the same time. But I just don't want to get into a situation where I'm here and then they leave me here and then they take me here and they take me here. I just want it to be in one place. But I know there's another dentist. They said there's another children's dentist around Children's Hospital. I don't know nothing about that one, but I don't know. Debating between the two. But the one that I called, it just said call, schedule, and then boom, you in. But she had me on hold for over an hour and she didn't even call me back. well, I would say 30 minutes, and she didn't even call me back. So I was just like, whatever, forget it. So yeah, I'm about to see what she talking about. Also heard my brother want to come sit with me Saturday. So, you know, he's at a hospital. Yay. So Saturday, my brother will be coming over and we'll be talking. But now my sister's saying she got to talk to me in person. So I'm about to see what she want. And yeah, mom brought over some enchiladas. We're going to get into those. So I don't know when yet because I still eat on my spaghetti. So yeah, that's what I got going on. And I'll keep y'all updated.
Life, we don't know what it is, so I'm asking why. We just spend the days and struggle to survive. That's my fate. Sublime. When the puppy makes you think you love to find, then you realize what's wrong with paradise. To get paid, you need to earn it every day. True, you gotta feel the light that shines on you. Sure you will enjoy this view. Let it feel the front of your soul, and all the stress and pain is start to go. I'll keep going on with a stronger heart. I'll do it on my own. Try, never sucker from head to toe, but try. They'll step on your head and maybe you'll be crucified. But someday you have a turn with the game. True, you gotta feel the light that shines on you. Sure you will enjoy this view. Let it filter from out of your soul, and all the stress and pain you start to go. I'll keep going on with a stronger heart. I'll do it on my own. Live in the danger zone, and I'll keep going on with a stronger heart. I'll do it on my own. There's no turning back.
Children's Hospital Pediatrics. If this is a medical emergency, please hang up and call 911. Otherwise, please listen to this message in its entirety. To schedule, change, or cancel an appointment, please press 1 to be connected. Please have your insurance information readily available. For quality and training purposes, this entire call will be recorded. Akron Children's Warren Harding office, how can I help you?
Hi, I called yesterday about getting a consent form for my son's inhaler at school, faxed to his school. And
Yeah.
y'all said I would get a phone call, and I never received a phone call back.
Received one? Okay, what's the patient's name, please?
Levante Alexander.
Okay, yes, I remember speaking with you yesterday. Let me pull up his chart. Levante's date of birth?
6/10/2017.
Thank you. Okay. So the doctor would like, she left a message in here. She would like for you to do a telehealth appointment over my chart with Levante, so that way she can do the appointment over the my chart and then update all his information, and we can send that over to the school.
Okay, and when will this be done?
Let me see. Are you able to do Monday?
Yeah. What time?
Did now he'll need to be with you. Did you need morning or afternoon?
I can do morning.
Morning? Okay. Can you do at 11:15 on Monday?
Yeah.
Okay. Great. Monday at 11:15, and you'll just log into my chart and click. Just follow the instructions to get signed on.
And
So that way you.
it'll be in the
And then
messages.
I'm sorry.
It'll be in the messages.
Yeah, and then she'll join in as well, and then the appointment will be able to be completed from there.
So did y'all need the fax number?
Yes, if you have that, I will take that from you now. Okay. And what's the name of the school?
Portage Path, CLC.
Portage.
Or it's just Akron Public Portage Path.
Oh, Akron. Portage Path. PASS?
Yeah, PA. Well,
Okay.
You said. What did you ask?
You said the name of the school's Akron Portage Path?
Yeah.
Okay.
PATH.
Yeah. So I will add that in there, so that way once your My Chart appointment is done, we can go ahead and fax that over for you.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
You're welcome. You have a nice weekend.
You too.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Celeste Myers Dental Clinic, located in Akron, Ohio. If this is a medical emergency, please hang up and call 911. We are currently closed. Our hours are Monday through Thursday, 7 a.m. to 5:30 p.m., and 7 a.m. to 1 p.m. on Friday. Currently, we are accepting new patient referrals on a very limited basis. If you'd like to leave a voicemail, please press 1.
So, me and my sister just got into it. Hold on. Gotta catch my breath. All right. So, me and my sister just got into it because she got mad because her and my brother was having a conversation. And she said I interrupted the conversation. Because I had him test something for me. And she was like, you always interrupt. I don't interrupt conversations. When I interrupt conversations, mind you, she just interrupted the conversation me and my brother was having. She came downstairs while we was in the midst of our conversation, throwing in accusations of what we was talking about. So if she don't remember, I do. But yeah, people get really upset when you reciprocate. You reciprocate the same energy that you gave to them. You gave them that energy, and then it backfires on you like karma. Even if you don't mean it, even if you don't mean it, because at this point it's like, okay, you having a conversation, you barging in our conversation, everybody just conversating at this point, regardless of if it's disrupting or not. When it's all about family and siblings and we all just having a conversation, you sitting there not minding the situation. That's what you do as siblings, as family. You don't mind, oh yeah, they disrupted, but we gonna jump to this topic. Okay, we're gonna jump to this topic. We all over the place. So we jumping from topic to topic to topic. It don't matter at this point. But you made it better. And she was like, you picking at me, you picking with me. And then she was like, and then when you're not getting your point across, or you see a person being triggered by your actions, then they start throwing out stuff to make it, to make you feel some type of way. Oh, you fat, you small. First she was like small, and then she was like, oh, you small minded. And then she was like, you fat with your fat self, you eating. Why you eating? Go eat your own food. I was like, I got my own food. And she was like, well, I was like, why you ain't eating? She was like, well, I'm not hungry. Like, I'm just like, at this point, what we arguing about? Because I'm a problem because you feel some type of way that I'm feeling really, really comfortable around my brother and my sister. I'm feeling comfortable. So we all just, having a good time. And then now all of a sudden you feel disrespected. But I didn't say I felt disrespected when you came and barged in on a really serious conversation that we was having, and it was a very serious conversation. I was really, I'm at that point where I just don't lose train of thought easily. You can interrupt me, but I'm still gonna be on the same topic because I know what I'm trying to get at. I got tunnel vision towards what I'm trying to say. When you got tunnel vision towards what you're trying to say, any intrusion on the situation has no impact on that conversation. So I didn't feel impacted. And I just went, I just kept going and kept going. We still kept our focus on what we was talking about the whole time, you know. And that's what I'm saying. Some people don't mean to intrude. I could say, oh yeah, you meant to intrude. You meant to throw us off. Maybe your intentions was different. But at the end of the day, God knows what you're trying to say. And if it's meant to be said, it will be said, regardless of the situation. If it wasn't meant to be said, then something will happen to, make you feel intimidated, or well, something will happen to where kind of that will um that will kind of throw you off. And now you don't know what you're saying because it wasn't meant to be said. You got to trust the process. You got to have faith, regardless. Okay, so I wouldn't be mad. That's the thing about me. I wouldn't be mad if I probably would, because I was kind of contemplating it, when we was having a conversation, and I knew she came in there. She was just standing there ready to throw in her opinion, but I was ready. I was on guard. Like I said, I had tunnel vision. You got to be ready for that stuff. So when it does happen, you're not feeling no type of way. But like I said, again, when it does happen, I mean, if she did say it and I was thrown off, it probably would have still been pondering in my mind, like, okay, and I wouldn't be mad because I'd still be thinking about it, you know, in a different way. Or if it just went off topic or went off subject, I probably would feel a certain way. But at the same time, I wouldn't feel offended because, like I said, I believe in God and I believe God's word will be delivered regardless. No weapon formed against this moment will prosper because it's meant to happen. So obviously it's that way, and I feel like it's that way for everybody. If something happens or somebody intrudes on your conversation, it's meant to happen. And if you lose train of thought, it's meant to happen. If you don't you lose train of thought, be grateful because obviously you had a message to deliver, and whatever you were saying was God wanted you to continue on with that conversation or that word or that message. um but yeah, but I was just thinking though, at the same time, it's just like what kind of makes me down about the situation is that, it's so easy for her to forgive anybody else. So if this was to happen to, let's say, in any of my other brothers and sisters, if this was to happen to any of them, she's quick to apologize. But something about me, she feel like she don't need to apologize, or she's not so urgent to apologize. Is it because she actually don't care? And that's what's always at the back of my mind, honestly. So um I just take that and I just walk away with it, like, you know, and that's how I've actually been towards anytime I'm having a conversation with her specifically, and other people as well. I tend to just um, treat the situation as you don't care anyway. I treat you as you don't care anyway. So, but whatever I say, I know it matters to me more than it matters to you. So, regardless of what's going to happen, it's going to happen for me regardless. So that's how I feel. Um, and my mind was like, should I apologize? But I feel like I don't. And I'm so past apologizing for stuff that doesn't serve me. You know, I'm not getting nothing out of it if I do apologize. I'm not saying it's a weakness to apologize. I'm just saying it's not worth the apology because if, like I said, my past reflects and my past is what got me to where I am today. So the fact that I feel this way is just something about this relationship between me and her that is not giving because, it's a lot of, um, sorting out that needs to be done. Um, like I said, I got past apologizing because, like I said, I've been in positions where I've apologized, but I never received an apology back on my behalf. But like I said, when I see apologies going, everybody else getting their apologies and I'm never getting my apology, it will make me feel a certain way. Will I let this determine the outcome? Yes, I will. I'm sorry, but I will because regardless if it, regardless, it's not, um, it's not for the best interest of me anyway. So, um, it is what it is at this point, when you're tired of being treated a certain way, and then, that's when the world can really get, the best of you because the experiences that you had in this world, it really dictates every um, situation that you come out of because it's a part of you. So if you had experience with that person that wasn't good, then that's how the results of you and that person will have in the end that determines the outcome of you know the experience you have with those people. So treat people how you want to be treated. I was a person that stood firm on that. Me and my brother was just talking about, like, I can't keep allowing my past to dictate my current situations. And I guess this is where I'm at right now, and I'm not the person to hold a grudge, but when I feel how I feel, that's just how I feel. And eventually those feelings starts to manifest, and what manifests from those feelings is action. So now you're acting on how you felt. And that's why you always got to be careful with the seeds that you plant, because you will so reap what you sow. So yeah, it is really cold outside today, and I'm planning on going out in this. When it comes to my experiences in my relationships with my family, that's the only unfortunate situation I can say. That's the only unfortunately I can. That's the only what is it, like misfortune? Unfortunate situations. That's what unfortunate means to me. That's the definition of unfortunate situations. That's what defines unfortunate, like not regards to money or financially, but unfortunately, this is how I feel. Unfortunately, this is what it's going to be. Unfortunately, because that was our experience together. That's the relationship we had with one another. It was an unfortunate experience. So this is the outcome. So yeah, I'm about to get out of here. And I will talk to y'all next time. There was this one lady I was listening to last night, and she was like, I don't cry over spilled milk. Period. Don't cry over spilled milk, because it's spilled for a reason. Regardless of what that reason is, you could have, knocked it off the table accidentally. But guess what? It's spilled milk. You can always go back in the refrigerator and get that milk if you want to. Maybe it wasn't meant for you to drink that milk right then and there. Maybe you was lactose and you didn't even know it. Don't cry over spilled milk. If it's spilled, it's spilled. Have faith, trust the process, and you just gonna be good at the end of the day. Because it's spilled for a reason, and you are that reason. Do you feel like you was a mistake? You was the problem? Do you feel like you did anything wrong? That's crying over spilled milk. But not crying over spilled milk is knowing that everything happens for a reason, and you are that reason. So yeah, with that being said, like, comment, subscribe, notify, share your own free will to show you care. I'll talk to you next time. So I am at the hospital. My sister's being admitted. She took off running. She took off in the night. And I guess she snapped out of whatever she was going through, and we pulled back up on her. So she took off. She had no coat on. She had no shoes on. And she got into me earlier, but I knew how to handle it. I just thought, it's not a coincidence with her going off on me. So I was just like, but she went off on my brother. But I know what she's going through, because it's just like she is trying to piece everything together. It's like she's lost. But I feel like she just has to go through it. I feel like this is the wrong route that we took. I don't feel like she should be going to the hospital. I don't feel like she should be here. I feel like she can actually do it. She's strong, but no one's listening to her, and it's the same thing I went through. You know, no one would listen to me either. I listened to her, you know, I listened to her, and I didn't see her as crazy. I just seen her as needing somebody else beside her, holding her hand and pushing her through it, you know. When I first walked in here, I was triggered because this is the same hospital that my dad passed at. But I feel like that's all she needs. She just needs someone there to talk her through it and to show her that she's not crazy, and she's not crazy. You know, I was thinking about everybody else when I said, hold on, I got a call.